The movie begins with a boy named Brendan chasing a goose through a small village called Kells. The goose darts through the bustling village and slips into a scaffolding. Brendan hesitates for a moment, then climbs up to follow it. But suddenly, one of the wooden beams breaks beneath him, and he falls. As he stands up and rubs his sore back, he notices something interesting: a small crack in the huge wall that surrounds Kells. Brendan has never been outside these walls, so he walks closer to peek through. Before he can see much, his friends, other monks, call out to him. Brendan turns away from the wall and runs back to them. He tells them he's fine after the fall. Then, all the monks start chasing the goose together. They run around the village. After a lot of effort, they finally catch the troublesome bird. Carefully, they pluck 5 feathers from the goose, perfect for making pens to write with. As Brendan examines the feathers, the village leader, Brother Abbot, approaches. He asks, "Where are the plans I asked you to bring me?" Abbot tells Brendan to bring the plans to his tower right away. Without waiting for an answer, he turns and walks away. As Brendan works alongside the other monks, they begin to grumble about the abbot, how strict he is, and how all he seems to care about is building the wall. But Brendan defends him. "He's just trying to protect us from what's out there," he says quietly. "He wants to keep us safe." They soon arrive at the scriptorium, the monastery's library. Monks carefully place the feathers down, ready to use them as pens. As Brendan looks through the shelves, searching for the plans the abbot requested, monks start talking about the true power of books. "Books hold our knowledge," one of them says. "They carry our hope. Without them, people are lost and hopeless." Monks begin speaking of a legendary manuscript, the Book of Iona, said to be written by the great illuminator Columbkill over 200 years ago. They say it holds unimaginable knowledge and power, a light in dark times. Now, the sacred book is in the care of another master illuminator, Brother Aidan, who guards it on the distant island of Iona. After that, Brendan grabs the plans and heads to the tower to meet his uncle, Brother Abbot. Brother Abbot, stern as ever, scolds him for being late and reminds him of his responsibilities. "Darkness is coming," he warns. "Before it arrives, we must be ready. This wall is the only thing that will protect us." He begins explaining the plans in detail, how the wall must be built higher and stronger. But as he speaks, Brendan's eyes drift to the window. Outside, he sees something unusual, a visitor arriving at the village gates. Without a word, Brendan bolts from the room, too curious to stay and listen any longer. The stranger is an old man wearing white clothes and with white cat. Then Brother Abbot comes and welcomes him. Brother Abbot says to the others, "This is the legendary illuminator, Brother Aidan of Iona." Everyone is shocked to hear this. They take him to the library. In the library, Brother Aidan starts to answer monks' questions. Brendan comes and asks about the Book of Iona. Brother Aidan starts to explain about the book to Brendan, but Brother Abbot interrupts them and says, "You all have your unfinished work to do. Please go back to work." Then he takes Brother Aidan to his working room. Then Brendan goes to catch Brother Aidan's cat, because Brother Aidan told him to feed the cat. But the cat doesn't listen to Brendan and runs toward the tower and squeezes through a small hole in the wall. Brendan follows the cat and ends up near the room where Brother Abbot and Brother Aidan are talking. He quietly listens to their conversation. Brendan hears Brother Aidan say that the Northmen attacked Iona and destroyed it, but he managed to escape safely with the book. Then Brother Aidan says, "You are doing great work building the wall, but no wall can stop the Northmen. We can only run from them." But Brother Abbot refuses to accept his words. He just turns back to his work in silence. That night, Brendan sneaks into Brother Aidan's room to see the Book of Iona. He carefully reaches for Brother Aidan's bag and tries to open it. But suddenly Pangerbon jumps at him and attacks. Brendan quickly says, "I just want to see it. I won't harm the book." The cat pauses for a moment, then steps aside, allowing him to look. Just as Brendan is about to open the book, Brother Aidan walks in and says gently, "Don't worry about me. If you'd like to see the book, you can open it." Brendan opens the book and is amazed by the beautiful writing and drawings. Brother Aidan says, "People say this book is made by angels or some magical beings, but that's not true. It was made by mortals just like you and me, made to help people in dark times like these." Then Brother Aidan turns to a blank page. "This," he says, "will be the most beautiful page in the whole book. It's called the Chiro page." Brendan looks confused, so Brother Aidan explains, "This page will shine brighter than any other. It will be the heart of the book." Then he says, "If you'd like, you can help me finish it." Brendan is overwhelmed with joy. Brother Aidan shows him an oak berry and says, "These berries are used to make ink. Come with me and we'll find oak trees in the woods." Brother Aiden runs outside, but Brendan stays still. "I'm not allowed to go outside the wall," he says. "My uncle says it's too dangerous." Brother Aiden looks at him and replies, "Yes, Brother Abbott is right. Outside is dangerous. I lost all my friends to an attack by outsiders." He pauses, then adds, "But in the woods, you can learn more than anywhere else in the world. You can see the real miracles out there." Before Brendan goes to sleep, he thinks about what Brother Aiden said and decides that the next day, he will go into the woods to find oak berries. In the morning, before anyone wakes up, he sneaks out and goes outside the wall. He walks slowly through the jungle, feeling amazed and excited by its beauty. But suddenly, Brendan smells danger. He quickly runs and hides in the tall grass. After a tense moment, he confirms the danger is gone, so he steps out and continues searching for the oakberry trees. He walks for a long time until he stumbles upon a mystical place filled with mist. As he explores, he soon realizes he's surrounded by a pack of angry wolves. The wolves begin to move in, preparing to attack. Brendan tries his best to escape, but soon he realizes it's useless. But suddenly, a miracle happens. All the wolves run away and vanish into the mist. Then, a white wolf walks up to Brendan. Right in front of him, the wolf changes into a little girl and starts talking to him. She asks, "What are you doing in my forest?" Then she warns, "If you don't leave, I'll call the wolves and tell them to attack you." Brendan quickly explains, "I didn't come to harm the forest. I just came to find berries to make ink." After watching Brendan for a while, the girl says, "I'll take you to the oak trees, but first you have to promise never to come into the forest again." Brendan hesitates for a moment, then agrees. "Okay," he says, "I promise I won't come back." As soon as he makes the promise, the girl touches the mist and opens a hidden door. Behind it is a beautiful, magical place. Brendan follows her, amazed by what he sees. Everything is full of wonder, and the girl shows him miracles. Brendan finally understands what Brother Aiden meant. This forest is more amazing than anything he has ever seen or heard. Then the girl takes Brendan to a big oak tree and tells him he can get the berries he needs from there. They start to climb the tree together. While climbing, she shows Brendan the beauty of the jungle from above. When they reach the top, she says, "My name is Aisling, and this is my forest." Then she leads Brendan to the oak berries and lets him pick them. After they climb down, she starts to guide him back home. But while she's distracted, looking at a spider, Brendan quietly slips away. As soon as Aisling notices he's gone, she starts searching for him. When she finally finds Brendan, he is in a dark, creepy part of the jungle. Aisling, scared, and says, "This is a place of suffering. It's very dangerous. This is the home of Cromcrook." But Brendan doesn't listen to her. He tells Aisling he's just scared of imaginary things. "There's no such thing as Cromcrook," he says. As soon as he says the name, a dark and terrible force begins to rise and spread around them. Aisling quickly pushes over a large stone statue nearby, and it crashes down, sealing the darkness. Brendan holds on to her, finally understanding what she was trying to warn him about. Later that evening, Aisling takes Brendan near the village wall. Before he leaves, she says, "If you ever want to come back, the forest is always here." Brendan sneaks back inside the wall and runs to find Brother Aiden. But before he can reach him, Brother Abbott finds him first. His uncle is angry and scolds him for sneaking out. "You are not to leave the village again without my permission," he says. That night, Brendan goes to Brother Aiden's room and gives him the oak berries, saying that a friend in the forest helped him find them. Using the berries, Brother Aiden starts to make ink. Brendan watches closely, learning each step of how the ink is made. When the ink is ready, Brother Aiden hands some to Brendan and says, "Go ahead. Draw anything you want with this ink." Brendan begins to draw, enjoying the process. As he draws, Brother Aiden says softly, "My eyes are getting weak. I won't be able to finish the Chiro page. You'll have to finish it." Brendan freezes, shocked. "Me?" he says. I have to go." And with that, he runs away, unsure of what to do. The next day, as usual, Brendan goes to work on the wall. But then he sees a gift from Aisling, a bunch of berries. Excited, Brendan starts making ink from the berries and spends his free time drawing all kinds of things, often thinking about his adventures with Aisling. One day, while Brendan is training with Brother Aiden, Aiden tells him about a crystal called the Eye of Columkill. He says it was used to make the Book of Iona by Columkill himself. But when the Northmen attacked Iona, Aiden lost the crystal while escaping with Kat. Without that crystal, they can't finish the book. Brother Aiden says, "Legend says Columkill won the crystal from Cromcrook." Hearing this, Brendan remembers what Aisling once said. As Brother Aiden keeps talking, Brendan slaps his hand on wet paper, makes a copy of the eye on hand, and sneaks away. But before he can leave the walls, His uncle Abbott catches him and takes him back to his room. He locks Brendan inside. Then Abbott goes to Brother Aidan and says coldly, "When spring comes, you must leave this place." Sadly, Brendan goes to sleep. But suddenly Aisling appears at his window and asks, "What can I do to help you escape?" Brendan says, "The key is with my uncle. If you can get it, I can get out." Without wasting time, Aisling rushes to the tower with Cat. She starts singing a magical song. As she sings, the cat begins to glow and turns into a ghostly figure. The glowing cat slips into the abbot's room and gently takes the key. Then, it floats to Brendan's room and unlocks the door. As soon as the song ends, the cat returns to Aisling and becomes a normal cat again. Then Aisling grabs Brendan's hand, and they run together into the forest. Brendan shows her the drawing of the eye and tells her he needs to find it to finish the book. But Aisling gets scared. She tries to stop him from going to that place. Brendan says, "I have to at least try. If I don't, we can't finish the book. No matter what happens, I'm going." Aisling, still worried, shows him the path. She lifts the heavy statue and lets Brendan go inside. But as soon as Brendan steps in, the dark power of Crom Cruach rises up and covers Aisling. She collapses, and the entrance closes, trapping Brendan inside. Now Brendan starts to fall into an endless void, the place where Crom Cruach lives. Crom Cruach is a giant snake-like monster that eats everything in its path. Brendan hides and moves carefully to escape its arc power. While moving, he finds a piece of white chalk floating in the space. Quickly, he uses it to draw a circle around Crom Cruach, trapping the beast inside. Then, Brendan goes to its head. With courage and speed, he takes its second eye. Now Crom Cruach is completely blind. The monster roars in rage and confusion. Not knowing what to do, Crom Cruach turns on itself and begins to eat its own body. It keeps twisting and turning, trapped in an endless loop, eating itself forever. After Brendan gets the eye, he runs to find Aisling. He sees beautiful flowers and a gift, knowing she is safe. He rushes back inside the walls to meet Brother Aidan. With pride in his eyes, he shows him the eye of Crom Cruach. Brother Aidan is amazed and full of joy. "You did it," he says. "Now we can finish the book." He gives Brendan a feather and says, "Continue the work with the crystal, my boy." Meanwhile, one of the monks comes to bring food for Brendan. But when he sees Brendan is missing, he looks around and finds him in the library with Brother Aidan. Curious, the monk watches them. When he sees the crystal and Brendan's drawings, his eyes go wide. He runs to tell the other monks. Soon, all the monks gather in the library. They stand silently, watching Brendan work. His hands move with confidence, and the light from the crystal shines on the page. Everyone is amazed by what Brendan is doing. But one day, Brother Abbott catches them working in the library. His face turns red with anger. "What are you doing?" he shouts. "We have only one day before the Northmen attack." He tells all the monks, "Stop everything else. Go outside and protect the villagers. If we don't act now, we will all die." The brothers leave the library and rush to help. They work fast to build defenses, hide people, and get ready. But soon they hear the sound of horns and screaming. It's too late. The Northmen have already arrived. They storm the village like a wave of fire. They burn houses, smash doors, and kill everyone they find. Nothing can stop them. The beautiful town of Kells turns into smoke and ash. Everything Brendan once knew was lost in the fire. Meanwhile, Brother Aidan and Brendan are trapped inside the burning library. They try their best to escape, but before they can break free, the Northmen storm in, searching for them. Thinking quickly, Brother Aidan throws a pouch of ink powder into the fire, creating a sudden explosion that fills the room with smoke and confusion. Seizing the moment, they rush outside. As they flee, Brendan spots his uncle lying wounded on the ground. Brendan hesitates and tries to help him, but Brother Aidan pulls him back and says, "We can't help him now. We must protect the book." Reluctantly, Brendan follows Aidan into the woods. They run for a while and finally stop to catch their breath. But before they can rest, the Northmen catch up to them and prepare to strike. Just then, a pack of angry wolves emerges from the shadows, attacking the invaders and driving them away, saving Brendan and Aidan. After the wolves leave, the two begin collecting the scattered pages of the Book of Iona. As they work, Aisling appears in her wolf form. Brendan steps forward, but she turns and walks away into the trees. In that quiet moment, Brendan realizes the truth. The Northmen's destruction of the forest is draining Aisling's magic. Her powers are fading. She can no longer take her human form. Then Brother Aidan and Brendan set out on a long journey. They travel thousands of miles, exploring distant lands, discovering new knowledge, and meeting people from many different walks of life. Together, they spent countless hours working on the book, writing, drawing, and preserving stories of wisdom and faith. As the years passed, Brendan grew into a wise and kind man, while brother Aidan grew older and weaker. Eventually, Aidan's journey came to an end, and he passed away peacefully, leaving the book in Brendan's hands. Honoring his mentor's final wishes, Brendan continued the journey alone. At last, Brendan turned his path toward home, back to Kells. After many years, Brendan and Pangerban finally returned to the forest where Aisling once lived. As soon as they step beneath the trees, Aisling welcomes Brendan and guides him through the forest, toward the ruins of the village of Kells. Brendan walks through and reaches the tower where his uncle once lived. To his surprise, Abbott is still alive, older, weaker, and marked by deep sorrow. Years of regret and pain weighed on him, the burden of having believed Brendan was lost, and failing to protect the villagers. As Brendan enters, Abbott turns and their eyes meet. At first, there was disbelief, then tears. Brendan, holding the completed book, stepped forward. No longer the frightened boy who once ran from responsibilities, but a man shaped by wisdom, courage, and forgiveness. When the uncle is resting in bed, Brendan comes and reveals himself and talks to the uncle. Soon, Brother Abbott realizes this is his Brendan. He becomes very happy. Then Uncle says what he did is wrong and is sorry for what he did. But Brendan says no one ever hated him, then tell him to open the book. At last, Brother Abbott sees the miracle of the book through his own eyes.